Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the coolest Deep Silverfish Labs. Alright, alright, I got about an hour or so to play this before I have to go pick up my kiddo. I know I've been playing like a lot of different games lately. Honestly, the one game I want to play more of is RimWorld. But at the same time, that game kind of just takes everything away from me. So let's figure out where we need to go from here. Okay, so we got a distress call. Let's do that. You know, are we allowed to like fast travel? Because that would be helpful. Awesome. We are allowed to do something like fast traveling. I wasn't sure, man.
Ree, are you there? Not exactly. But I'm sending you coordinates.
Alright, let's go figure out where you're at then. Since you seem to be so lost without me in everything that you wanna be, I hope you find it.
This ship shows a fake Enclave ID. It is a circle ship. A trap.
No, I trust Ree.
Do a barrel roll, Fox. I will. You know what, Jason? You saw me when I first started playing this like a year ago, didn't you? Also, welcome back, man. How you been? That's such a minute. Wait. I don't even know what I have. I have deflectors 1. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, where is he going? To spend some time with mama? Or with family? Oh. I made a realization of what I just said. And, I'm sorry. Oh, going back to Texas for work. Oh, good old work. No. Oh yeah, high voltage AC, alternating current. Yeah. Is he fresh out of prison? I asked that because they train you for HVAC while you're in prison. You can get your certification for it and all that. I know that because one of my old good friends got trained for it when he was in prison. I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
It's Nara. Ree sent me.
It's you. And that ship. So the rumors are true.
I mean, there's really not much of a difference.
Not from within.
Right? If you really think about it, right? We send our kids to a place that used to be free. It's no longer free. We pay taxes for this place, right? And then instead of spending more money on actually educating our children, they 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 spend millions of dollars on football fields, bring in more income for the school so they can perpetuate spending income on other things that really don't matter, right? and almost none of it comes back to the kids. Like my daughter's school just spent like 25 million on a new stadium. None, half their bathrooms don't work. Like, the fuck is your priorities? You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me. Ugh.
Came for information. I heard the great prophet commanded the sage to fortify the interstellar jump gate here, and fast. His failure to seize the enclave weighs on the sage's reputation. I know how to push him further. Delay his operation even more.
All right, I'll check those coordinates.
Just make them bleed.
The
They
thing
deserve it.
I like about this game
Nara out.
is like it is everything I ever wanted to be able to
I met
keep
your
the
spy. All right, you must keep a low profile. Focus on precise strikes.
everything
Won't
I
be traced back to you.
they keep talking.
Exactly. We need more intel and time to prepare.
It's
Do
like
not approach the construction site they built around the jump gate.
am I talking over the
Nara out.
each time I think the conversation is
Doesn't know
done.
anything about you. I bet she counts on you.
Jesus Christ. Each time I think it's done,
Not
I start
together in my years here. We're both enclave now. She doesn't need to know everything about my past. She can trust who I am now.
That sounds familiar.
I know you don't trust me, but I trust you. Or try to.
Alright. Everything I ever wanted to do as a kid in a spaceship, like zero G turns, spin off.
Circle outpost.
Jesus
With
Christ.
capacity for a few thousand troops.
A strike force ready to conquer.
They must never take off.
We won't let them.
Anyways, everything I wanted to do in a spacefaring adventure I can do in this game.
Find us.
Good. Let them come.
Like you do some. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna pause the game so I can talk. It's just I just remember I got frustrated though because when the game first came out, I'm away from my TV by the way. So if you do say something, I'm not gonna be able to see you, Toothless. I just wanted to finish the thought I had. Like this game is amazing in the things that you can do. Like the controls are really great. One of the things that they did update though was the collision damage. I think I touched on it like earlier in one of my other videos that I was starting to do with the channel recently. Either 1, 2, or 3. Like the collision damage has been tuned down drastically because some of these fights are crazy. Like you're teleporting, you're switching, you're diving, you're jumping, you're doing all this crazy stuff, and you got like 15 different laser cannons just zoomed in on you, and you're just flying at ridiculous speeds into shit and blowing up. But they kind of tuned that down a little bit. I do appreciate that QL update. But all right, man. So he graduated college, huh? He's an HVAC. He's not in prison. That's good. Sounds like he raised a good kid. You know, sounds like he got a good kid. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you wanted to get it. And honestly, I feel like I probably should have waited too. But it's alright.
Strike fast. Yes.
Like that shit right there, man. You just like straight up zero G drifting. Well, okay, now I'm just being stupid.
Fire and strike.
Uh-oh.
Launch pads detected. You remember how the Resistance handled them back then?
Nope.
Burned them before we could launch our ships.
It's our turn now. Make them believe.
Impact.
I was thinking about, you know, I tried one Dragon Quest game and it just didn't really strike my fancy. I'm gonna be completely honest. There was something about it, I just couldn't get into it. I think it might have been Dragon Quest 7. And,
Will not stop.
yeah, I just didn't like it. Maybe I was missing the key, fundamental, whatever. I think it, I'm gonna bring out some of my oldness here. It reminded me of Legend of Legaia a little bit, just without the coolness. A little bit more corny.
Impact. Get down.
God, Legend of Legaia was such a good game. Yeah, man, they should have made sequels to that shit. Yeah. Such a good game. Oh, man. You know, I recently read a, yeah, so Square, I was just about to touch on the remakes. Like, Square Enix is gonna start diving deep down into their libraries and start, like, remaking shit. And I'm hoping that they do it to Final Fantasy Tactics. Because that is one of the best games that's ever been created. But, I mean, there's other RPGs I would love for them to touch base back on, but, Final Fantasy Tactics, Legend of the Dragoon, and Xenogears. Not Xenosaga. Not Xenosaga 1, 2, or 3, but Xenogears. Oh, my daughter is 30 minutes out. Yeah, you know, I saw the Ogre Tactics. And it's on my my wish list. I may or may not get it. Really just depends. Is the best RPG of all time. I'm walking into the kitchen right now, so I'm not gonna see anything else that you might be posting. Dude, Xenogears to me was everything you could possibly have in an RPG setup, right? It made you think. Like you had combos, you had your kung fu combos, you had your people who weren't kung fu, you had your magic, right? Then you know, not only did you just have like a light attack or square attack, but you could perform like button combinations and eventually actually unlock like the combos to do cool techniques, right? But then you add in the whole mech combat aspect to it, right? So then you can call down Gundams anywhere in the world that you want. You upgrade these Gundams, they evolve. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like it was kind of like a Gundam meets what was that one anime series that just came out? And the story was wild, right? The story had everything like religious, it had superpowers in it, and how they're trying to take control of everything. The Soylent Green system, so they used like there was a more technologically advanced civilization or humanity using the church as a system to genetically bioengineer mutants to feed the population. And dude, it was such a wild game. It had the dynasty systems, like a dynasty, you know, like the Chinese dynasty, like the Wu dynasty, the Shu dynasty. You know, it was a roller coaster. Then you had like the Russian like monarchy or the English monarchy type thing going on over there in this other northeastern continent. They had so many different wars and approaches. They had the off-sea. It was so crazy. It was everything involved from the game encompassed every sci-fi whatever you could possibly imagine into one thing, and it was truly marvelous. And I don't understand why it isn't. It's to me, it's the best RPG I've ever played, better than Final Fantasy VII. And then in terms of making a remake, Xenogears in general has such a higher chance of success than Final Fantasy VII. All right, look, I get it. You know, you got Midgar, you got this, you got that, but you know what you don't got? You don't got Kung Fu. You don't got nanomachines. You don't got giant Gundams. You don't got lasers. You don't got. You got lasers, of course, but you don't have a. Well, no, Cloud did suffer from a personality disorder due to all the experimentations, but it gets deep into it with Faye, because Faye, he suffered from like a dual personality disorder for a huge degree. One part of him was this neutral, hey, I want to help everybody part of him. Then the other part of him was the destroyer over mankind. The dude was literally like the personification of Satan. Like, he was just like ID, yeah, id, which stands for what does id stand for again? I forget. What does identity disorder? I think is what it stands for, is identity disorder. The part of the mind in which innate instinctive impulses and primary processes are manifested. The conflict between the drives of the ID and the demands of the cultural superego. Like, dude, that game, oh man, look, now you're bringing in more information I didn't think about. I didn't know about. Dude, there's just so much to that game. It's like my three favorite RPGs of our time are Xenogears number 1, Legend of Dragoon number 2. So Xenogears and Legend of Dragoon are like the two best RPGs of all time. And then I like Final Fantasy VIII, and not a lot of people like the story of Final Fantasy VIII, but I did. But I liked it because if I ever wanted to see a fight happen, my main thing, if I had to pick a Final Fantasy of one over another, Final Fantasy IX was the one I was looking forward the least to and found the most fulfillment in. Yeah, be able to just draw magic from folks was really nice as well. But it was when you go halfway through the game and you have two gardens fighting each other, right? So when the two gardens clash, you have students of different variations of magic. You have people throwing fireballs. You have people fighting with swords. You have people shooting each other. It was a literal like battle of dungeon. What I think Dungeons and Dragons would be, right? You got your rogues, you got your barbarians, you got your sorcerers from different teams just launching magics and fucking arrows and shit, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Dude, that was such an epic battle scene, which is why why Final Fantasy VIII to me has such a good like it's like the only reason why I hold it higher than Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX was epic to a certain extent, but you didn't have those kind of battle scenes. Well, you did have it like towards the end when all the dragons are unleashed, but it's dragons. Dragons just destroy shit. You can go to almost any kind of fantasy location or realm and find dragons destroying everything. It is what it is. But to actually have yeah, it did. I don't understand why people hated it so much. Something about the storyline. I never dived too deep into it to try to understand it. To be honest with you. Alright. Let me try to get this mission over and done with. Yeah, I guess that was a few people's things, and then people started questioning them, and then the devs started making excuses, or coming out with their opinions, or how they really didn't know what to do because time constraints, and I was just like, to me, I was just like, I got it. For the most part, I got it. I'm not gonna see everything.
Death is inevitable.
Ah! Ah!
I mean, you just see what I'm doing, like flying wise. Shit's so crazy. Like, oh, meteor there. See, a year ago I would have died by slamming into that. And then I just mid-air collision that dude into nothingness.
Go for the kill.
Hit them hard. Fire and strike.
Eliminated. Must continue. Jet spiral.
Yeah, Colony Wars. Yeah, Colony Wars was good. I don't think I ever beat it. I know I really enjoyed it.
Too close. Death imminent.
I rented it from Game Boys off of North 1st Street.
Full impact.
They're gone. Hit them hard.
You know, that dude went through a divorce. He went through so much stuff.
Death
And it was crazy because, like, the main thing that made him go out of business was actually the customers. They wouldn't pay him back. They wouldn't return the game. So he was losing money because people basically stealing from him. You know, and he was all about that stuff. He was like he looked like Kevin Nash to me of WWE. He was like the Kevin Nash of the fantasy world, man. Then he switched over to knives and swords, and I definitely feel sorry for him. He was a good dude. He was really happy, enthusiastic. You could tell that, you know, he really wanted to, like, share that stuff. I mean, yeah. Yeah, he was good people. Dude, and his wife was, I mean, really, really attractive lady.
Go for the kill. Burning fallen.
I mean, ex-wife. I think they, due to the whole financial situation, that's the, you know, love can only go so far.
Still here.
Alright, I don't got much time. I do got to go pick up my daughter. But you know, every single time she gives me time, she don't show up till like 20 minutes later. Right, so I'll be there all early and whatnot, waiting for God knows how long. But when I don't show up early, she loves to let me know about it, let me tell you.
Will not.
You always are late. You're always late. Nah, 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 nah. Yeah. I'm always late because you're always late. What makes you think I want to wait for you?
Burn them all.
At least when I tell you I'm going to be there, you know I'm going to actually be there in 10 minutes. You tell me you're going to be there in 10 minutes, you show up 40 minutes later.
Death spiral.
Hey, you said you played Persistence, right? You platinum about Persistence?
Strike fast.
Working on it. Alright, that was a few months ago when we first talked about it. So I wasn't sure. Well, I played it for my first. Oh, I played it about a year ago. I didn't play it, but this chick I was talking to played it. Lacey. And I helped play her with it a little bit. I recently played it on virtual reality though, and it was it's been making me want to go play it.
Another one hit. The last launch pad burns.
Confirmed. All weapon supply units destroyed.
Yeah, it was pretty
The Enclave militia's
it was pretty cool to be honest with you.
Eliminated. We're in the clear. Their navigation data for the last day shows a 400% increase in their forces.
They were ready to cleanse the entire system.
Oh, why can't you do VR?
Nara. Another vision.
Yes, but stronger this time. And I saw more. The Inora installation in Amaroth. I need to go there. Soon, I feel it. I must stop that rift.
Well, do you wear glasses? Yeah, alright. So, you know, before, like, you haven't seen me in a few years, right? But, you know, I'll wear glasses too. I used to always get sick before I finally got glasses when I was 16. But I recently had corrective eye surgery. And, I don't get motion sickness anymore, right? And I used to not be able to do any kind of VR either, but dude, now nothing really affects me at all. Yeah, man, damn, what was that 7 years ago? Alright. I spent most of this video just yammering. Oh, it's only 28 minutes long. Well, my daughter told me she was gonna be home around 7:30 to 8, but she texted me 20 minutes ago saying she was 30 minutes out. So I was thinking I could at least get an hour in. But it is what it is. I mean, I love just... I love just the things you can do in this game. Like, you know, that right there would make anybody go unconscious. Just a G-spin there. Dude, you should do it. I feel like you would have a better presence than I would. Plus, you game, you know, you game. You go for those trophies, and a lot of people like seeing that trophy hunting. I mean, you were one of the top trophy people at one point, if I remember correctly. But with that being said, Jason and the two other people who just joined, I want to say thank you for joining, but I have to get off. I do recommend this game if you like. Yeah, man, I got burnt out. When my name got banned, right? Because I remember it was on PlayStation 3. I think it was Metal Gear Solid, Guns of the Patriots. And you have to go through that. To get platinum with that game, you can't kill a single person and you can't alert a single
I'm here.
alarm
What's going
system.
on?
No one can
Sav
see
said you
you.
might know something about
Like,
the
you have to kill
resistance.
all the bosses without
Anything you can
actually
tell me?
killing them.
They're still alive, but
You have to
retreated
use
to a hidden
trank
base
darts.
after
Also, you
suffering
know,
heavy
the
losses
sun
against the
gun,
cult.
which only recharges with
Haven't
the
spoken to the
solar
guard bro in
rays.
years,
I was literally
but
at the end of the
I'll reach
game
out and try to find out how they're doing. Thanks.
when my name got banned.
Things seem to be heating up, and you never know. Yeah. Sav is always so optimistic, but I feel trouble coming, and sooner than I'd like. Our continued isolation is not the answer. Yes. Sometimes trouble demands new alliances.
And with that being said, alright everybody, I will be back on probably later. Oh, Stacks, yo man, it's a beautiful game.
Squad, take point.
Let's break up their gathering.
You know what? Let me do this real quick. Where are we at? Where are we fighting? Is it over there? Yeah, so after this little skirmish I'm gonna have right here, everyone, I am gonna get off. I have a kid to go pick up.
Burn them all. Death is inevitable.
Target destroyed.
Oh look, my daughter. Speak of the devil, everyone. Speak of the devil. Here she is to come harass me. Yeah, see, it's stuff like that. That little combat scene right there is everything I ever wanted to do in a space fighter. Like, anyways, thank you so much, everyone. I have to go pick up my child. I'll see y'all shortly, or I might see you whenever I see you. And take care of yourselves, alright? I don't exist without you, and I appreciate y'all watching. So take care.